it's me again. Why I am live? I'm bored, I do not know why, but I am bored. So, um, so today, because I was so disappointed that I can't continue the story. That I was down. So I guess I just want to do a live, like a real long, not real long, like long life, a long a long video. So today we will continue on our reading plenty of cards. So today we will read this Focus Fire. Alright, so let's start. Shooting range. Early Saturday morning, you take a ride over to the shooting range on the outskirts of Sally City. You can't help but marvel at everything the moment you walk into the clubhouse. And I forgot, I want swabbage. So let's. Oh yes. Yeah. I forgot that I have deleted this. So let's wait for a while. Not cancel. How to cancel? No, okay, no. So I guess I need this to change to this. No. Cancel. I don't have that many. Yeah, just do it. Yeah, let's wait for a while. I guess I will cut this after this. Oh, it's in Swami. Okay, while we're waiting, let me. Yeah, 46. Yeah, my inventory is quite high. Yeah, I will cut this. Okay, we start again. Hi, I want to do this. I was really down because I thought that I will do a long live today, but it turns out it is time gated. That it is in 22 hours, which is not gonna do it because I will be on my mother's house. So I will back later. Okay, so because of that, I will be reading this Focus Fire. Where the heck are you? This. Alright. Shooting range. Early Saturday morning, you take a ride over to the shooting range on the outskirts of Sally City. You can't help but marvel at everything the moment you walk into the clubhouse. The exterior was magnificent, but the interior is even better. You grab a brochure regarding the shooting gallery from the booth. In it, you find a detailed description of the facility. Wow, this facility has a range for live ammunition. It also has an archery range and skeet shooting range. Amazing! The owner was a professional athlete with international competition experience. Has Artem been practicing here all this time? I didn't know he could shoot guns. I wonder when he started. As you flip through the brochure, you recall the events of the prior day. Artem's office. Artem, you asked for me? I've been meaning to ask you, do you know any self-defense technique? Self-defense? like martial arts, sanda, kickboxing, or karate. No, I learned how to shoot some pistol and military boxing during military training in college, but I forgot everything. Um, Fun fact, in China they did do this. Then I'll teach you how to shoot a gun. Are you free this Saturday? Huh? We can do it another time when it's more convenient for you if you're busy. No, no, I'm free, but why so suddenly? Recently, I saw a news headline where a suspect attacked an attorney carrying evidence. Thankfully, the attorney knew karate, and we're partners investigating N2X. Are you hearing him right? He's actually mumbling incoherently. And wasn't that news headline from a year ago? You look at Artem as his ears turn bright. Maybe there's a particular entrance case that's inconvenient for him to be speaking of at work. That must be it. Okay, I understand. I'll see you on Saturday. You pull out your phone to confirm the time. I wanted to arrive just a little earlier, but this is way too early. You'd purposely woken up and left early since you were afraid of being late due to bad traffic. Unexpectedly, there was no traffic and the taxi driver drove fast. You arrived an hour earlier than expected. Artem should be on the way, right? But it seemed like I'm telling him to hurry up if I text him to tell him that I'm already here. I'll wait a bit before messaging him. To kill time, you head inside to take a look around. A few people pass to the stadium and on the left, you hear the words contest and amateur contestant. Is that a skeet shooting range over there? Is there a competition going on? Skeet shooting range. As you head into the shooting range, the contest has already started. For your safety, the stands are located on the second floor directly behind the shooting range. So it's early, the stands are filled with people watching the contest. Half of them seems to be employees. But what's weird is that this contest is between two people. The score 46-46. Two people, shouldn't the contest be between two teams of 6 people? Double trap, team of team of 6, 5 shooting slots. Each person shoot 25 clay targets for a total of 150. You look through the contest regulation on the internet completely puzzled. You hear the angry voices of employees trying to keep their voice down to avoid distracting the contestants. He's arrogant because he placed in the top 3 in the amateur tournament last month. What a terrible sportsmanship. Didn't the owner participate in international contests? Why doesn't he compete? The owner is sure to win. You don't understand. That guy is looking for trouble. The owner can't compete even if he wasn't sick today. If he wins, people will say he's shameless for being ruthless to a newbie. If he loses, people will mock him for losing to one. People these days will do everything for fame. Hopefully, Mr. Wing can beat him in the owner's stead. After listening to their discussions, you finally understand the backstory behind this contest. At that point, the contestant in red clothes raised his gun and the employees start pouring him. Pull! The rules state that the clay targets must be fired within 3 seconds of the contestant's call. Immediately, 2 clay targets are fired into the air in different directions. The 2 clay targets turn into 2 clouds of red smoke. Fast! Your heart sinks a little. Judging from his technique earlier, the contestant in red is pretty skilled. You look anxious at the other contestant. You can see his white, tall back as he raises his gun and adjusts it slightly. You blink and the 2 clay targets are already smoking red. Amazing! This time, the contestants change spots. The contestant in blue moves to a spot closer to you. Then shooting glasses are reflecting light. The shooting glasses are reflecting light, but the contestant's slender figure and firm steps are oddly familiar. Wait, Rosa doesn't know? Is there plenty, Mr. Wing? As he walks closer, you are finally able to recognize the contestant through the blue eyes behind the lenses. Mr. Wayne? It wasn't that big of a big reaction, but Artem, who just happens to be passing by below where you are standing, raises his head. He stops and seems to want to say something to you, but the judge hurries him to the next shooting spot. Artem misses the next shot, the next act. Skid shooting range. On the last shot of the first round, Artem misses the target and the other contestant sees this opportunity. The first round ends with Artem behind by 1 point. The target moves fast, so the optimal distance for a shotgun to land a hit is 35 meters. The target must be shot after it has flown 15 to 20 meters. In terms of the time, the shooter must complete the shot within 0.4 to 0.6 seconds. Your heart is heavy as you think back to the contest description you read on the internet. It all happens in such a short time. If you're distracted for even a second, your exclamation earlier must have broken his concentration. Why are you hanging your head like that? Head down and deep in thought, you suddenly hear a familiar voice. When did Artem come up here? Sorry, Artem, No need to be apologizing. That shot earlier had nothing to do with you. But you weren't loud. It wasn't against watching etiquette. Besides, even if you call out to me, it is my responsibility for losing focus. With an unassailable coolness, Artem breaks down the situation as if he is analyzing a case. I don't like pushing my own responsibilities onto others. If you keep blaming yourself, that will distract me. Okay, I get it. Oh my god, Artem. Oh my god, why can't you be real? Did Artem come to comfort you? You are moved but sad at the same time. You try to look as if you understand. The owner is my shooting instructor. He's out sick today, so I'm taking his place. Come with me down to the contestant area. Huh? Why? The next round will be beneficial to you. But isn't this contest important? If I go down there and it affects you, didn't I say that it is my responsibility if I lose focus? It seems you don't believe me. No, You panic because Artem has completely seen through you. Artem looks at you, a slight smile playing at the corner of his lips. I will win. Oh my god. In the second round, Artem doesn't miss a single shot. Under immense pressure of a perfect round, the contestant in red misses a shot, bringing the score to a tie. However, just as the third round is about to start, the stands burst into a cacophony of cheering and whistling. Gentlemen, please refrain from causing a commotion in this shooting contest. Why can't we? The rules for international contests have changed, allowing the spectators to cheer. Up in the stands, the troublemakers and employees are shoving one another. To promote the viewership, the rules have changed, but most of the traditional spectators still choose not to. You guys are nervous about white nose in the background, they're afraid of losing. Didn't the other contestants see he was trained by the owner? What? That's all he's got? The contestant in red shoots a glance at Artem and you. At that moment, you suddenly realize that the only time Artem missed a shot was when you called out to him. The contestant in red is resorting to such shameless technique. The troublemakers were probably hired by him. That's despicable. Other employees began to catch on. Some younger ones began to roll up their sleeves. What's this? Picking a fight because you can't afford to lose? Members of the audience, prepare your phones. An international athlete can't handle losing in his own stadium, so he has to resort to violence. What a rare sight. The troublemakers in the stand immediately take out their cameras. They were waiting for this moment. The other spectators seem scared at this turn of event. The atmosphere is tense and filled with unease. You clench your fist with anger, guilt weighing at your heart. For Artem to be forced into a corner like this, you guys are purposefully and maliciously disturbing the business of this establishment. According to the law, ignore them. Artem gently pats your shoulder, which you were shaking from anger. But they're just in time. You stare blankly at Artem, but he just smiles back at you. I said before that it was my responsibility for losing focus and you didn't seem to believe me. Now, watch. The third round of the contest begins. It looks like the troublemaker and the contestant in red have practiced this many times. They are silent when he shots. But before Artem even takes his position, there are cheers and whistling sounds through the whole stadium. Woo! The digital scoreboards update to reflect the new scores. 19,800. The third round begins and the contestant in red starts off with 2 hits, leading Artem by 2 points. But the match isn't over yet. There are still 50 points left. Artem walks over to the shooting spot, his face calm as if there were no spectators. He doesn't look back at the score either. It is as if he isn't bothered at all that he is behind by 2 points. Suddenly, you remember what he said to you before the round started. The next round will be beneficial to you. It had been a little refreshing to see Artem in full sports attire. But now, you can see that the calm and collected Artem in full suit attire overlapping with this image. His words resound through your mind. You will encounter many unforeseeable situations in the future. You must always remain calm no matter what happens. That voice touches the depth of your heart. You can feel it ripple and resonate through your body. Artem has never lost in the courtroom. People call him the attorney favored by the goddess of the victory. But his perfect record isn't due to sheer luck. He always retained his calm, no matter what. This made him invulnerable to his opponents and what made him win the favor of the goddess. Pull! As Artem calls for the targets, the troublemakers roar with cheers. The employees nervously hold their breath. But you can't help but feel at ease. He will win. Your voice is very soft. Only those listening closely could hear you. Victory follows him whenever he goes. 2 shots resounding in the air, followed by 2 plumes of red smoke. Next act. Skid shooting range. Continuous gunshots sounded as Artem hits every single clay target without missing a single one. Meanwhile, the contestant in red that was trying to cause trouble misses target after target. When the contest ends, the score difference is too embarrassing to even mention. Stop. The contestant and his troublemakers try to leave unnoticed but are quickly surrounded by the employees. What are you guys doing? We are streaming. If you guys do anything, don't worry. This is a legal establishment. Disturbing the establishment's order, video recording without consent, and malicious slander through the internet. As Artem indifferently lists out every one of their offenses, the contestant in red and his troublemakers are in shock. Artem raises his phone, showing a secret recording of the contest with the slanderous remarks by the troublemakers. My law firm will be serving you with papers. See you in court. Yes! See you in court. Once Artem is done, the eager employees happily escort them out of the stadium. From winning the contest to finding the video online to dishing out papers, Artem had it all planned out. Artem, did you already plan to do this from the start? As an attorney, how would our client trust me if I was intimidated by a guy of that caliber? That sounds just like something Artem would say. But another question pops into your mind. You knew they were looking for trouble. Why not serve them papers from the start? Why agree to the contest? You are right. Doing that will certainly scare them enough to deter them, but they will still slander on the internet. The law is the means and the verdict is the result, but the result isn't necessarily the end. Oh my god, yes. Then it dawns on you. Courtroom threats will deter these people, but that malicious intent will only be diverted elsewhere. In this digital age, rumors and exciting gossip makes easy headlines and spread much faster than simple facts. Repeated legal action will require more energy spent from all involved parties. The threat of the law, combined with a public victory, is the most effective way to deal with these people. Actually, this isn't the first time someone has tried to cause trouble for the owner. During the amateur contest last month, many people tried to make a name for themselves to get a sponsorship. So you use this opportunity to make an example out of him. My opponent placed third in the tournament. I made an example out of him, so there shouldn't be anyone coming to disturb the owner anytime soon. Even the opponent was carefully chosen to maximize the effect. That guy didn't know who he was up against. When will you finally become like Artem to be able to have clients up to such an extent? Just as you were inwardly lamenting to yourself, you hear Artem's voice again. Oh, when I asked you to come to the contestants area, I just wanted to say, I know the shooting range is like the courtroom. No matter the situation, you must always remain calm. Without waiting for Artem to finish, you blurt out your heartfelt thought. When you were shooting, I recalled back to the events of 2 years ago when I just joined the law firm. Be right back. I am so freaking thirsty. The opposing counsel is a bold attorney. That attorney is skilled at manipulating the media and the public. I know, I won't be scared by him. I have appeased the client. I will do a follow-up on his mental condition soon. I won't allow them to use such tactics to force our client to reach a settlement. Very good. Keep your calm. You will encounter many unforeseeable situations in the future. You must always remain calm no matter what happens. The calmer you are, the more confident your client will be that you will win the case for them. You still remember what happened 2 years ago so clearly? Of course, I will always remember what you say to me. I even wrote it down on a sticky note and stuck it on my desk at home. It's now my motto. Suddenly, you remember the guilt and worry you felt for breaking Artem's concentration and immediately changed the topic. Embarrassed. Is he blushing? Sorry, I hate to do this. During the contest, I hadn't made the connection between the shooting range and the courtroom. Artem doesn't seem to be paying any attention to what you just said. You notice his ears getting red for some reason. Artem, your ears are red. Were the noise-cancelling muffler used in the competition that uncomfortable? It's nothing. Since you understand already, we can move on. Then let us begin. The next act. Shooting range. You follow Artem into the live ammunition range. Which gun do you want to start with? You were going to say a pistol since you used it in a military training before, but the image of Artem during the contest flashes before your eyes. Can I learn how to use the gun you were using in the contest first? The shotgun. Artem takes one from the shelf. He hands it to you after checking its condition. This shotgun is more suitable for women. You can start with this one and get used to it. The cold black barrel rests heavily on your hand, reminding you that this was a real weapon. It makes you a little nervous. Are you afraid of guns? A little. It is a weapon capable of killing, after all. Don't be afraid, I'm here. And you will soon master it. Following the instructions you found last night on the internet, you take your stance. Artem corrects it. The shotgun has a strong recoil, so you must pay attention to your posture, else you'll accidentally hurt yourself. Feet shoulder width apart. Angle forwards, lower your body. Muzzle at 90-degree angle to the body. Back of the gun into the shoulder. After making sure your stance is correct, you pull the trigger with all your might. Your ears ring and your mind goes blank along with it. When you were watching the contest earlier, the sound of gunshot was akin to firecrackers. But now, the shrill sound of the gunshot pierces through the noise-cancelling mufflers and into your ears. Seeing your reaction, Artem immediately takes off your muffler and tries them on. Frowning, he makes a phone call. Over the ringing, his voice sounds muffled and inaudible, as if he was talking from an entire football away. After a while, your hearing finally returns. Sorry, I overlooked that. I didn't check your noise-cancelling mufflers. I called the front desk just now. They said they didn't have a spare pair of noise-cancelling mufflers. I see. Artem brought you here to practice shooting. It seems important. It might trouble him if you don't perfect it. Right. Artem, why don't you just cover my ears for me? What? Oh my god! Russell, your suggestion! I am as astonished as Artem. I want to learn to shoot a gun as quickly as possible. I'm counting on you. Artem meets your gaze. He hesitates for a moment, but eventually nods his head. Okay. Artem stands behind you and covers your ears with his hands. He's standing close enough for you to smell him after all that exercise. You can open fire now. You gather your focus and aim at the target in the distance before pulling the trigger. You miss. It's normal to miss your first few shots. I heard that shotguns had an area of effect. I figured I would at least be able to hit the edge of the target. Don't get discouraged. Try again. You fire a few more rounds, but no matter where you aim, you just can't seem to hit the target. I refuse to believe this. You fire 3 shots in a quick succession. The electronic score screen beeps a few times. I hate it. That was the target from neighboring land. Fueled by anger and annoyance, you continue your... Fueled by anger and annoyance, you continue till you empty a magazine. Your shoulders feel numb, but you don't want to give up. Artem presses on your gun, holding it down. That's good enough. It's hard for a rookie to be quick and accurate. If you go on, your shoulder will. But if something were to happen, the enemy won't care that I'm a rookie. I must hit a target today. You take your stance and try your best to aim at the target. Oh my god, Rosa's stubborn. Line up your sight with the target. Artem voice ring in your ears. Oh my god, you're the stupid face. Relax. Tense muscles will make stiff tense muscle will make stiff muscle movements will affect your shots. Hold the gun firmly but not too tight. Artem reaches out holding your hand and gently adjusting it slightly. Now as to how you should aim to make you feel the right muzzle position, Artem leans on and aim with you. Wait. His body is touching your back, and you can feel the heat through his thin shirt. With his breathy voice in your ears, you can feel a numbness spread through your body. Your whole back stiffens. Your back is stiff. Remember to bend down. Artem is too focused on adjusting your stance to notice your reaction to him. You take a deep breath and focus on the target ahead. Fire! The bullet hits the target. Great shot! Continue shooting and imprint this action into muscle memory. Okay? Just like that, Artem covers your ears as you empty 2 more magazines. Walking out of the shooting range, you can still feel the warmth of his hand on your ears. Next act. Artem sends you back in his car. The car speeds along in the sunset. The cool evening breeze blows in through the car windows, brushing across your face. Sitting in the passenger seat, you take a peek at Artem, accidentally catching his eye. Did you want to ask something? I'm just a little curious. Your marksmanship is amazing. You must have been shooting for a long time, right? Yes, about 10 years now. That long? Is it because you were interested in shooting ever since you were a kid? It wasn't because of an interest. Artem stops talking and silence lapses inside the car. Did you ask something you weren't supposed to? 15 years ago, my teacher was defending some clients when he accidentally uncovered an underground chain. At the top of the chain was the mafia with local ties. My teacher pretended to accept their offer while working with a special team to destroy them from the inside. Even the legal counsel hired at a high price by the mafia was defeated by my teacher. Every criminal was sent to prison. That day, when my teacher took me out to celebrate, someone that evaded capture and ambushed us. Thankfully, the cops arrived in time and we were not injured. My teacher strongly believes that the incident caused me trauma. He won't listen, no matter how I tried to persuade him otherwise. However, my teacher was right. It did make an impact on me. I developed a fear of guns. But I knew that that was merely a fear of the unknown. To overcome it, I had to understand it. So I told my teacher that I would learn how to shoot a gun. So now it looks your method work. Of course, just as I thought it would, the fear gradually disappeared the more I learned about guns. Eventually, I began to enjoy shooting. So, Professor Hume can rest assured about you now. And you? Are you feeling better? Huh? Me? Artem looks away in slight embarrassment. Sorry, I accidentally overheard your conversation with Kiki in the pantry that day. The pantry? Law firm pantry. Did you see last night's episode of Super Attorney? It was nerve-wracking. Yes, to find evidence, the male lead infiltrated the enemy camp. He was almost recovered several times. I was at the edge of my seat. I feel the protagonist really has it rough being an attorney. Yes, trust over the phone and internet. He was even male bleed. There was dangers at every corner. It's such a dangerous profession. It almost got me wondering if I should change careers. If it was me, I'd probably just do it while being scared. At that moment, the pantry doors opened. Hello, Artem. Artem nods at you and quickly pours a cup of coffee before leaving the pantry. Doesn't Artem have a coffee machine in his office? Why did he come in the pantry? He must think I'm such an idiot for taking TV shows so seriously. Oh no, his impression of me is completely ruined. Maybe he'll even doubt my professional skill. Sobs. Relax, it's lunch now. Arthur knows how to separate your personal life from work. But don't you think that his kiss before he left has another meaning to it? Now that you mention it, Artem did give you a profound look back then. Thinking back, Artem must have heard you say you were scared and misunderstood. So he found an excuse to teach you how to shoot, even sharing his personal story to encourage you now. You feel warmth filling your heart. I'm not afraid anymore. Thank you for teaching me how to shoot. You are welcome. In the setting sun, his red face and tender expression were something that you have never seen before in the office. The cool night air brings a flowery fragrance into the car. The sweetness of the fragrance matches your mood. Not only does Artem provide professional help during work, but he also cares about his employees' well-being off the clock. No, only you. Although he always looks strict, Artem is actually a very caring senior. Oh right, maybe you should take this opportunity to explain this misunderstanding to him. Even though the whole thing was based on misunderstanding, you feel that this was a memorable day. You decide to just take this opportunity to clear things up. You're sure Arthur will understand. Besides, if you don't explain it now, it will be troublesome if Kiki accidentally sees something later. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Artem, actually, however, at that moment, your phone rings. You can't help but think you have missed the opportunity. Incoming call, Kiki. It's okay, you can answer it. No, what's wrong? Is something the matter? No, haha, of course not. Big problem. You give a couple of nervous swallows. You wreck your brain trying to think of a solution. You must stop Kiki from talking. Trembling, you answer the phone. But before you can say anything, Kiki's screams flood through the phone. Ah, have you seen the latest episode yet? The lawyer and the mafia. I can't reveal the plot. Watch it so we can discuss it. Oh my god. Next act. Hey, remember when I said yesterday afternoon that being an attorney was a scary and dangerous job? After watching the last 2 episodes, it was so touching. I was going to be an attorney for the rest of my life. Hey, are you listening? Why aren't you saying anything? Kiki, I'm with Artem. Oh my god. I mean like... Huh? A scream comes through the phone, followed by the sound of the phone being dropped. Finally, Kiki hangs up. First of all, if I was Kiki, I was like, what? Why was with Artem? It's like, it was Saturday. Yes, it was Saturday. It was a weekend. Are they dating? It will fill the room with smear. The silence in the car was deafening. You two were talking about the TV show? Yeah. You bite the bullet and try to explain to Artem. Art imitates life, right? Well, the TV show is exaggerated, but most of it is based on real incidents that have been reported. What I mean is, attorneys do have dangerous jobs, all things considered. So that learning how to shoot as an attorney is necessary. The more you talk, the more guilty you feel. Your voice gets softer and softer. That was when the car finally stops at your house. Apartment building 1F. Sorry for making you misunderstand things, Artem. Why are you apologizing? I was the one who misunderstood. You are not to blame. Then you're not angry? Why would I be angry? Because of a misunderstanding? Am I that sort of person to you? Oh, do you mean since I'm strict all the time, I must like being angry? Are you scared of me? No. But even so, it had been my plan to teach you how to shoot anyways. I don't want you to pull out guns and fight back like in TV shows in the face of a criminal. It's not a reliable method most of the time. I don't want you to be encountering any dangers either, but it's best to prepare for the unknown, expect the unexpected. Just like how an attorney must have all the evidence to defend a client successfully. Understanding weapons will help you remain calm in those situations, giving you time to react. That way, you will have the best chance to defend yourself. That is the real technique I want you to master. The vast and dark nights darkened Artem's eye, reflecting a good many things that you couldn't understand. Just what has he encountered in the past? Artem, don't worry, I will protect myself. There are still plenty of people in this world waiting for our help. Artem can't help the smile that appears in his face. Okay, here, have this card. Your phone vibrates. You open the message from him. It's a membership card for the shooting range with your photo on it. Wow, the technology. Platinum member, Mr. Wilson, the owner of the shooting range, apologized for the faulty muffler. He gave you this membership as a compensation. If you want to practice shooting, contact me in advance. Okay, Artem, don't get tired of me. Will not. Saying goodbye to Artem, you sprint upstairs. Looking at your bag, the sides of Artem's mouth curl up faintly into a smile. At that moment, his phone rings and Artem picks up. Mr. Wilson, is your checkup done? I've taken care of the matter with the shooting range. Take a few more days off. You don't need to worry about me. I've had this occupational disease for a year. It's no big deal. Did you send her home? Did you give her the membership? Tell her to come often so you can teach her how to shoot. You brat. Why didn't you tell me earlier you were bringing a girl? I would have made more preparations. This amount of preparation wasn't enough? What do you mean by that? I'll have you know that I wasn't responsible for those broken mufflers. But when I went to exchange them, the employee told me you said there were no more spares. I did that for you, of course. Artie, I tell you, chasing a wife is like shooting. You've got to be fast and accurate or she'll be taken. Mr. Wilson, oh my god. Artem helplessly listened to the grumbles of an old man. At that moment, a gentle orange light shines above. He looks up to see a small figure waving at him happily from the floor-to-ceiling window upstairs. He can't help but smile while waving back at the person upstairs. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. But you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now let's go. Let's take this. No, right. Okay, wait. I want to show you the illustration. Okay, so now the text message. All of you have been discussing the plot of Super Attorney recently. Is that show any good? Yes, the conflicts are cleverly designed and the plot's really interesting. The online reviews I read were positive. Looks like the creators put in a lot of effort. Do you normally watch TV shows? Want to watch Super Attorney together? Me? No, I don't routinely watch TV shows. I'm guessing that you prefer to watch movies? Yes, I like to research camera techniques and how they convey the meaning and mood in movies. I don't really follow TV shows. Sometimes I'm not sure I really understand what all of you are talking about. Sorry, I may not fit in. Yeah. Actually, I think it's good to try new things now and then. Yes, you are not wrong. I'll try watching it during my next vacation. Okay, so another. I heard you talking with Kiki about self-defense training. What was all that about? I'm planning on working out. I want to get in shape and be able to defend myself. It's good that you have safety awareness, but are you feeling insecure because of what happened between to me and my mentor? Is that why you want to work out? It scared me a little, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. It's my fault for scaring you. However, whether it be at skis or at work, I will never let you in harm's way. Know I can always count on you, but I also want to be more capable myself. I want to be able to protect you so that you won't have to shoulder everything yourself. Don't shoulder everything myself. That's the first time anyone has said that to me. Do you think that I'm too full of myself? Of course not. What you've said means a lot to me. If you're interested, I can continue teaching you how to shoot over the weekend. We can also go to that restaurant by Stylish River. I know you have been wanting to go there for some time now. Okay, now the big data like culture, sports, double trap. Double trap is a shotgun shooting sport and a category in the Olympic Games. In double trap, two targets are released simultaneously from the house at slight different angles, where in trap shooting a single target is released and the shooter is only allowed to take one shot at each target. From MTV, Super Attorney. Super Attorney is currently the most popular legal TV show. It is supposedly inspired by real cases, but a certain anonymous critic has criticized the series as being overly dramatic and not reflective of reality.